Jai Hind all of you. Today we are continuing chapter 15, some natural phenomena. In previous class we have studied about what are natural phenomena and one major natural phenomena, lightning, how lightning occurs. Today, first of all, we shall discuss about the safety measures we have to adopt during lightning. Now let's discuss about the safety measures we need to adopt during lightning. Usually lightning occurs along with thunderstorm. So hearing thunder is an alert of lightning. So the first thing during thunderstorm and lightning is to find a safe place. If you are in a house, that is a safe place. But if you are outside the house, we need to be conscious of this. Finding a safe place is the first thing. A house or a building, that means a closed place, that is a safe place. A house or a building is a safe place. And if we are traveling by a car or bus, we are safe inside the car or bus if all the windows and doors of the vehicle are shut. So if we are staying in a closed place, that is the safe place during thunder. Now let's see what are the do's and don'ts during a thunderstorm. When we are traveling in open vehicles, see open vehicles like motorbikes, tractors, construction machinery or open fields, these are not safe during thunderstorm. So we should not stay in open places during lightning or thunderstorm. Especially under tall trees, elevated place. These places do not protect us from thunderstorms. If you are in a forest, take shelter under short tree. And if no shelter is available, we need to stay away from all the trees. Similarly, we have to be away from the metal objects. If there is any metal objects near to us, we should be away from the metal objects. Carrying an umbrella is also not safe during lightning because umbrella handles are also made of metals. Do not lie on the ground, but this position, taking this position is more safe during lightning. And if you are inside the house, telephone cords, electrical wires and metal pipes, during this lightning time all these electrical machines should be switched off. And it is safer to use mobile phones or cordless phones than using telephones having cord. Bathing should be avoided during thunderstorm because water can conduct current more easily. And electrical appliances like computers, TVs should be unplugged. Electrical lights can remain on, they do not cause any harm. So these are some measures. Another most common lightning safety measure we are using is the construction of lightning conductors. So lightning conductor is a device used to protect buildings from the effect of lightning. It is a metallic rod. Lightning conductor is a metallic rod like this. It is a metallic rod taller than the building. This metallic rod, this is the lightning conductor which is taller than the building. One end of the rod is kept out of the air. Here it is connected, here it is exposed to air, and the other end is buried deep in the ground. So one end of this conductor is exposed to air and the other end is buried deep under the ground. So this rod provides easy route for the transfer of electric charge. During lightning and all, these electrical charges will be transferred to the ground. The metal columns used during construction, electrical wires and water pipes also protect us to an extent, but do not touch them during thunderstorm. Let's summarize what we have learned about lightning safety measures. During lightning, remember you have to stay in a closed place like a house or a building, or inside a closed car or a bus. Do not stay in open fields or near to tall trees or elevated places, because lightning first affects these tall objects. Do not stay near metal objects. Metals are good conductors of electricity or electrical charges, so do not stay near metal objects. Construct lightning conductors. Lightning conductors will protect buildings from the effect of lightning. So these are some of the methods we can adopt during this lightning in order to be safe. Now let us discuss about another major natural phenomena, that is earthquake. Unlike thunderstorms, cyclones or lightning, earthquakes are non-predictable. That is the major issue. India, several times earthquake occur, especially the one which occurred on 8th October 2005 in Kashmir, and that in 26th January in Gujarat. These are some of the major earthquakes. So what is an earthquake? What is an earthquake? You know, earthquake is a sudden shaking or trembling of the earth which lasts for a very short time. A sudden shaking on the earth's surface. Shaking on the earth's surface, that is what we call an earthquake. And it lasts for very few or very short time. Earthquakes are due to the disturbance inside the earth surface or deep inside the earth. Earthquakes occur all the time all over the earth. They are not even noticed, but major earthquakes are less frequent. They can cause immense damage to buildings, bridges, dams and people. So that is one of the major issues of earthquake. Related to earthquake, floods, landslides and tsunamis. Floods, landslides and tsunamis can also occur in connection with the earthquake. So it is a major natural disaster. Earthquakes are natural disasters. So how an earthquake occur? Earthquake occur due to the disturbance inside the earth's surface. So this is the structure of the earth. The outer part is crust, middle part mantle, inner part is the core. So this is the structure of earth surface, or earth, not earth surface, earth. This is the structure of earth. So this crust is the outermost part. This outer part of the earth or crust is not one piece. It is actually a fragmented one. So several pieces constitute this crust. Each fragment we call as a plate. Each fragment of this crust we call as a plate. These plates are in continuous motion. These plates move. They are in continuous motion. So once when they brush past one another, or if the plate goes under another due to collision, they cause disturbance in the earth crust. If these are two layers, just like this two layers, if they brush past like this, if they are going, they collide and cause disturbance. If two layers like this, if they collide, they cause disturbance on the earth crust. And this disturbance shows up as the earthquake on the surface of earth. So the surface of the earth is not a single piece, it is fragmented, or it consists of various plates. These plates continuously move, and if they collide or they pass one over the other, then a disturbance is produced, and which changes to earthquake as on the surface of the earth. Earthquakes are caused by the movement of these plates. So the boundaries of the plates are very weak zones, and they are called seismic or fault zones. There are many plates, and the boundary of these plates are very weak, and these areas are called seismic zones or fault zone. In India, the areas most threatened are Kashmir, West and Central Himalayas, the whole of Northeast, Rann of Kutch, Rajasthan and the Indo-Gangetic Plain. Some areas of South India also fall in the danger zone. So these are some of the areas where the possibility of, in India, where the possibility of occurring earthquake is more. Another instrument called seismograph is also used for checking the magnitude of earthquakes occurring. So this is a simple device. The tremors or the earthquakes produce waves on the surface of the earth. During earthquakes, the surface of the earth will vibrate, and they produce a vibrating body, just it produce waves. So these waves are called seismic waves. These waves are recorded by an instrument called a seismograph. The instrument consists of a simple vibrating rod. This is a vibrating rod. Okay, vibrating rod or a pendulum. Just a vibrating rod with a pendulum, which start vibrating during earthquakes or tremors. At the end of this, a small pen is also attached. This vibrating system, a pen is attached. This graph or the graph paper is placed on this rotating drum. So it will rotate, and this pen will mark the vibration. So since this rotating drum rotates, the pen is marking vibrations. So this is the seismograph. A seismograph is an instrument which record the seismic waves. These seismic waves also help the scientists to find the magnitude of the earthquake occur. Now let's see the safety measures we can do during earthquake time. As we have told earlier, the boundaries of two plates are very weak, and they are called the seismic zones. So such areas are more threatened to earthquakes. So in such areas, we need to do the following measures. We have to construct the buildings at that areas after consulting with qualified architects and structural engineers. In highly seismic areas, the use of mud or timber is better than using heavy construction materials, and the roof should be light as possible. In case during earthquake, if it falls, the structure falls also, the damage should not be heavy, so that the buildings should be constructed using mud or timber, or we can use light roofs also. And the cupboards and shelves can be fixed to the wall so that they do not fall easily. Hanging cloaks, photo frames, water heaters, etc. are all, so they have the event of an earthquake, they do not fall on the people, so it has to be fixed thoroughly. Since some buildings catches fire during earthquake, so it is necessary that all buildings, especially tall buildings, should have fire fighting equipments in working order. And what are the things we can do? If you are at home, take a shelter under a table and stay till there is a shaking stop. Stay away from tall and heavy objects that may fall on you. If you are in bed, do not get up. Protect your head with a pillow. And if you are outside, find a clear spot away from the buildings, trees and overheaded power lines and drop the ground. If you are in a car or a bus, do not come out. Ask the driver to drive slowly in a clear spot. Do not come out till the tremors stop, because staying inside the car is also safe. And we should not stay near to tall buildings, because during earthquakes this structure may fall and it will damage you. So these are some of the things we can do during earthquake.